control other human beings is a story as old as time. There's a very strong drift in the direction of globalization, of the ultimate centralization of control in the hands of unelected officials at supranational organizations.
They want all of the resources of the world in their pocket.
The bigger picture is that an attempt is underway now to collapse liberal democracy and replace it with global technocracy.
This is a coup. They're saying we can control with rules. We don't need currency anymore.
It's like an inverted prison. You are supposedly free to roam about, but everything you want to access is behind lock and key.
The potential for social control is gigantic and potentially irreversible.
They plan to commandeer land, reduce farming, and radically change the food we eat, transform the supply of electricity, and then dictate how we use it, and replace currency with a system of credits. All three strategies are built on the premise of a climate crisis caused by carbon dioxide.
I do not think there's a climate crisis, and I base that on all the evidence and the climate data sets that we build to answer questions just like that. The government is very clear that they want a catastrophic story.
There is no single science paper that proves conclusively that humans control all or most of the global climate.
Europe's mad dash towards net zero is effectively economic suicide. Politicians are purposely impoverishing ordinary people, purposely deindustrializing Europe.
It's just tremendous amount of damage in the name of saving the planet. It does make you ask, what is it we're actually saving if we're paving it over?
I think what we're dealing with here is actually a global war on agriculture.
When you look at how many farms are selling up, we're walking into food shortages.
If I can switch everybody from real food to pharma food, then 100% of the agriculture industry can go through my publicly traded stocks, and I have complete control.
This is the biggest public relations scam in the history of the world. But it's far more than that. It's a blueprint. It is the action plan.
All life on Earth is going to be radically changed.
Everything will be monitored. The environmental consequences of every human action.
The general population cannot fathom the psychopathy of the vision that they're facing.
Once the digital ID is in place, it's game over for humanity.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah. Apart from James, because I know he's trying to wind me up. No sound. Pete, put your mic on.
Oh, sorry. I should say something. Okay. No, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I had to turn you down whilst I was playing that because all I could hear was.
Oh, sorry. He's looking at me angrily.
Yes, shiny head Rob. Thank you, Cookie. Yes, it is a shiny head Rob. There we go. Look, I've topped up my solar panel of a sex machine for my lovers. Yes. There we go. And that film is the reason why Soul Excalibur does what he does on a Monday. I do what I do on a Tuesday. Pete does what he does on a Wednesday. Steve what he does on a Thursday. And what the girls occasionally do on Friday. It's all to do with all of that. And it's just to try and educate people and highlight the problems that are going on around the world that a lot of people don't know about. Simple as that.
What's
really.
it about?
And that's why I showed that, So.
Okay. What's it about?
Agenda 2030, isn't it? It's about.
Oh, right.
Did you not watch it, Pete?
Yeah, I did.
It's called The Agenda.
I thought maybe there's some more to it. Then.
It's a film coming out this year, apparently.
It's coming out. Okay.
Yeah, it's called The Agenda. Yeah.
The Agenda. Oh.
The Agenda. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's remove that from the studio. So good evening, everyone. Let's start with the top of the tree. Let's go to the top of the tree here. And yes, the man where the sun don't shine. It is James. Was first in the chat again, in both chats, of course. Followed by Whoosh, Paula on a broomstick there. I hope the sun is shining down in Cornwall for you, Paula. And Rick's got the sunshine in the Isle of Wight as well, I believe. And good evening, Lynn. Nice to have you here. I'll be lurking this evening. Too much sun and sour. Have a good one. Thank you, Lynn. That's very nice of you. And who else have we got? Let's have a look. Mascara Snake's in the house as well. Thank you. And Jen's here. Hello, Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Nice to have you on board. Roberto is rhyming again. Nice to have you here, Roberto. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for being here. And Cookie is he's still alive and well up in the Birmingham Straits there. Jimmy is here as well. Good evening, Jim. I'm first. You know that's not true. You know that's not true. And did I say hello to Mascara?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Mascara. I think we're done.
Rich D.
Look. Yes,
Claire.
Net zero, nothing in your net. Yeah. Yeah.
You forgot about Rich T.
Oh, is it? I haven't got to him yet.
Oh, okay. Go on then.
I've seen the power outage in Spain Portugal is behind, blamed on solar, just as I presumed. Yeah.
Such a prophet.
Yeah, yeah. And Rich T's here. There he is. See, I got to him. Good evening, Rich.
Richie.
And David's in the house as well. Hello, David. Nice to have you here, mate. Thanks for being here. And Claire Stevens. What beautiful weather today and this evening from Plymouth, UK. Claire, you're somebody new. I've not seen you here, but you're really welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Claire. You know, you can tell us where you came from. How did you find us? Are you one of Sonia's one? I don't know. Sonia's lot? I don't know. I've lost a few subscribers this week, so I'm surprised there's a new name, Pete, aren't you?
I'm always surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody watches this. So, yeah.
Shut up, Pete.
No, let's be honest.
So today, what have we got for you? And what have we got going on? We've got Operation Scatter. We've got gold. We've got the gold ATM. We've got avian flu. We've got be prepared. Yes, be prepared. Nestle. Some information on Nestle, and we've also got a rice-sized microbot. Yes. DWP issues warning, and lots of other things as well. Oh yeah, also avian flu. Did I just say that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Spanish. I unsubbed twice. Very good Spanish. Yeah, very good. You just love it, Spanish. Don't lie. Oh no, Rob is going to use Claire as proof he is not in a box. Thanks, Jim.
I did put Spanish in the daily today.
Yeah, did you? I didn't see that.
Yeah. There was a cock in there.
Exactly, Roberto. Pay attention because later on there'll be a quiz. About 10 to 9 or 10 even, 10 to 10. There'll be a quiz, yeah. But only on Rumble exclusive. Links in the show notes. And links to all the channels that I follow. Unlike Pete, who never puts the links into my show, which is much appreciated. Thanks, Pete. I really appreciate that.
I'm good at that.
Yeah. and
not producer.
So we've done that. Let's start with the DWP then. Let's start with the DWP. Some information about the DWP. Because I've got a lot to get through tonight. Where are you then? Let me find that. Yeah, I'll watch this and then I'm going to read you some stuff about the DWP.
So the DWP have issued a warning on savings that you may have. So the DWP issues a warning to people on benefits who have £6,000 to their name. The Department of Work and Pensions has issued an update over how savings impact universal credit. If your cash savings and investments total more than £6,000, your benefit will be cut by £4.35 for every £250 between £6,000 and £16,000. An extra £4.35 is deducted even if the additional amount saved is less than £250. For example, If you have £6,000 in savings, no deductions are made on the first £6,000, but the remaining £300 would result in a deduction of £8.70 from your payments. So this rule applies if you're claiming as an individual or part of a couple. And you won't be entitled to any universal credit if you have savings over £16,000. Some types of money may not affect your benefits, but you still need to let them know. So you must tell them about personal injury compensation, special compensation schemes for traumatic events, welfare support payments, bereavement support payments, previously widowed parents, allowance, funds from selling the home, and money for tax payments if you're self-employed. You do not need to tell the DWP about life insurance policies that have not been paid out, funeral plan contracts or saving investments belonging to your children. So guys, do remember to tell the DWP if you have any savings above £6,000 because they may well have to chop your money.
Yeah, so the DWP is handing new powers to banks to compel them to hand over information on benefits claimants, and the moves slammed by privacy campaigners and human rights experts. Can you believe that they're doing this, Pete? So if anyone who's got anything over £6,000, I would say to them, just go and spend it now, or give it to someone else to look after, that's not on benefits. Because right now they're just trying to grab this government is trying to grab every penny they can. Not only are they
they're putting a limit on. They're not grabbing your money. You just have to put it elsewhere and not on your name.
Well, there you go. Yeah, but they're trying to find that money, and there's going to be a lot of people, Pete, that probably don't even know.
It is a bit weird if you have like 50 grand on the bank and you claim benefits. That is a bit weird.
Yeah, but if you let's say, for example, you've got 20 grand's worth of savings and you lose your job. I mean, that's like maybe half a year's salary for some people. Maybe it's a whole year's salary for some people, and you save that money, and then you go to you have to then start claiming unemployment benefits.
It's 12K here.
Oh, what, in euros?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just miserable bastards, man.
Which is like what you get in benefits in a year. Like 12K.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to take everything. In the meantime, they're just making it more and more difficult for people to even get jobs because of the new employment's rights. So companies aren't employing as many people, and also the fact that they're putting national insurance contributions up. And I've got a story coming up about that as well. But moving on, we've got this, and this is quite interesting. Watch this. A micro-sized microbot, a rice-sized microbot. Watch this.
Over 1 billion people around the world are affected by brain disease, too many of which will not survive. These are people we love.
I lost my mother to glioblastoma, the most aggressive brain cancer, because there were no means of intervening. This frustration led me to believe there had to be a better way to interact with the brain.
It's a complex organ, naturally sinuous, but all the tools we have are stiff, with little or no maneuverability. We are limited to straight lines.
This makes brain surgery invasive, with some areas impossible to access with accuracy. Roboté is developing the ultimate smart device, capable of navigating the brain safely along curved routes. A neurosurgical micro-robot to diagnose, treat, and monitor the brain. Our first application is advanced tumor biopsy, to better understand tumors and help come up with improved treatments. Then we'll deliver them locally to make them more effective. The tech is currently in preclinical trials with promising results to hopefully reach patients by 2029. Come along.
Imagine, they're in the human mind.
So a French startup, Robotu, has developed a rice-sized microbot designed to navigate the brain to perform minimally invasive biopsies and potentially deliver treatments in inoperable tumors. The microbot, which is about the size of a grain of rice, can enter the brain through a small incision in the skull and move at a controlled pace of 3 millimeters per minute. The device incorporates innovative features such as revolving silicon rings at the tip that gently shift tissue using microscale adhesion forces, allowing it to navigate the brain's matrix and vascular network along curved paths. Trajectory planning is a key feature with routes pre-mapped out using AI and MRI imaging to avoid sensitive brain regions. Roboto has raised 27 million euros to further advance and test the technology. With the first clinical trial scheduled for 2026, the microbot aims to offer a safer and more precise alternative to traditional neurosurgical tools, potentially enabling treatments for tumors previously deemed inoperable. In addition to biopsies, the microbot could also be used to deliver targeted therapies directly to tumor sites, improving the placement of deep brain stimulation electrodes for conditions like Parkinson's disease. Would you try this, people? Pete, would you try this?
Yes.
Yeah, I think if I had a problem
It
like
sounds
that.
better than a fucking needle in your fucking brain poking, like what they do now. Like that's a bit primitive, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So,
they haven't
yeah,
advanced-
I'm
they haven't
for this.
advanced
Yeah.
much, have they? They haven't.
As long as
advanced-
it comes out of my nose or out of my ear when it's done, you know.
they might keep it there though, won't they?
Yeah. They leave it in there with a micro explosive.
Yeah. Also, it does make you wonder, Pete, that if I know they're producing this for brain surgery and stuff like that, but it does make you think, what else are they going to use it for in the future? You know, the technology is just getting smaller and smaller, and I don't know. I just think I'm a little bit suspicious about it. I'm really glad that they're developing it, and I think that it'll probably be quite successful. But whether or not it will lead to something darker, only time will tell, sort of thing. Let's have a look then what people are saying. Let's have a look. Who says I got a brain? Says David. Let's have a look. I keep bloody missing it. There it is. All this talk of brain tumors could give you a headache. Inner Space, the movie. Yes, I remember that, James. Do you remember that one, Pete?
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie, actually. Yeah, and it's exactly probably like that, isn't it?
It's that idea, right?
That idea. It's definitely
without the humans inside, but yeah.
Is it steered with a joypad?
You got tiny little migrants inside those pills that steer the.
Yeah, and see, yeah, you're right. Microbots. What could go wrong? Exactly, Cookie. Yeah. The Germans were condemned for this type of experiments. Go figure. I don't know.
No.
Jimmy says, has Rob been drinking those cocktails, what they're called brain expanders? I wish I had been, Jim. No, I've been drinking a bit of coffee. Biopsy spread the parasite, in my opinion. Possibly. Possibly, yeah. And going back to the benefits, Cookie says it starts with the benefit claimants, but it won't stop there. Yeah, I think you're right.
No, that's a digital currency, right?
Yeah. CBDCs will not be salvable. They will have to use they will have a use by date. Yeah, I know. Of course they will. You'll have to spend your money within a month, Cookie. We all know this, I think. And Claire says, thank you very much for the wonderful welcome to your show. Yes, I found you on Sonia Polton's show, which I love, but I seem to watch your show after you go live, so I can't comment. Oh, well, it's nice to have you here, Claire. It really is. And I'm glad you found us. And I watch Sonia's show. I try and watch it when it's on live myself.
Yeah, me too.
What's going on then in the world? Let's have a look. So we've done that one. Let me go to my media assets.
I missed the one she did on Virginia Jeffrey.
Oh, that was the last show, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think she was quite fair about it. You know, again, no one really knows what's going on, do they, Pete?
No, there's not. I have not heard an autopsy or anything yet, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll wait a couple of days. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, I know you had this on your show, Pete, but I thought I had to show it. With everything that's going on in the world in Spain right now, and here they are. Here's the Green Party in Spain happily demolishing the nuclear power station.
No more power. Dos cervezas.
It's funny because when I watched your show, I thought, "Oh, I've got that clip."
Ah, I had another shot as well from far.
Did you?
Yeah, but this one is funnier because he's like, "Yay!" He's not that happy anymore, I think.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
No, and that too. We have to wait a bit before they have some explaining to do, kind of.
Yeah,
because it's hinting at the grid just collapsing because of the renewable all the shit, like our prophet Jimmy predicted.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like that probably, but we'll see what they'll say officially.
And the fact that that Germany's done all of that, and not Germany, that Spain went down. In fact, Steve Turgoose Turgoose to Steve, he said that he got affected by power cuts last night, and that's why we didn't see him on the show last night.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister,
maybe that's why he's not here now.
Well, it could be. I mean, he did message me. It could be. My sister in Spain last night, she said that the power came back around midnight last night.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Apparently.
Manda joined us. Hi, Manda.
Oh, good evening, Manda. And she did end up clapping. She said she went outside and clapped. No, she didn't really.
Yeah, that's sheeple fucking,
Oh my God! All those people clapping as the power went on. What is that all about? Eh? What is that all about?
I get it. You're happy, but that's yeah.
It does take you back to COVID times. It's like, what? Hang on. The systems just let you down, right? You've been without power for 10 hours, right? And then you clap when it comes back.
This has never happened, and I live 50 years now, and you longer, Rob.
Yes.
Have you ever? Can you remember fucking total blackout in Spain ever?
Not in Spain, but I do remember the 1970s blackouts in the UK. Pete, I'm old enough to remember those.
Oh,
we did have them in the 70s. Yeah.
And that was related to what?
Strikes.
Climate?
No.
Oh.
No, it wasn't related.
Solar power?
They didn't know. No. It was probably. I don't actually know why. I think maybe no one was shoving the coal into the power stations. Maybe I don't actually know. Maybe
there was the mining, but that was in the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I do remember the power cuts in the 70s. I'm as a kid, I can remember us having candles.
Yeah, we had the oil crisis in the 70s. I remember that was a thing. Where no cars on the road and
But you remember now. But isn't it funny, Pete? How the EU came out with this not so long ago.
Super important if you want to see what is happening or not. Next, my document in a waterproof pouch, a must in a rainy Brussels. Now, let's talk about lighting. I have a flashlight. If you don't forget the matches and of course, the light. Turn. And water, of course, because water is life. And my special friend, a Swiss Army knife. 18 tools in only one knife. A must-have. And don't forget your medication. You might need it, because you never know. And don't forget something to eat. You might be hungry, very hungry. And of course, some cash. In the middle of a crisis, cash is king. And your credit card might just be a piece of plastic, a charger, and a power bank. Because a dead phone is a dead end. Playing cards, bit of distraction, never hurt anyone. And don't forget a radio. The smaller one. This is everything you need to survive the first 72 hours of a crisis. Speak speaking about being prepared, the EU is preparing its strategy to be sure that every citizen is safe in case of crisis. Be prepared, be safe.
What a load of crap.
Yeah, all of it is crap, and especially the cash thing, because that too
Yeah.
is shown. That's too something that I want to talk about. In Spain, right? People had to pay in cash.
Yeah.
But the supermarkets are only allowed to have so many cash on hand in the shop before they become a liability. So they're not able to have like 100,000 pesos or euros in cash. So within a couple of hours, like they couldn't handle any more cash either. They had to
Really?
reject everything. Yes.
I saw the queues.
Where the fuck are they going to store all that money if everybody starts paying en masse in cash and
I saw the
everybody
queues.
starts panic buying and all that shit?
Yeah, I saw
They
the
couldn't
queues
handle
to the
it.
I saw the queues to the ATMs,
Yeah,
and they were just
they're empty like in 5 minutes, like
Of course
and
they would
empty. And then what? They cannot be refilled, or because
The funny
the
thing is-
system is down.
Pete, I'd like to know how the ATMs were working when all the electricity was down.
And here we have supermarkets that only have one cash register left, and the rest is check yourself shit, right?
Oh, our one in my town.
Good luck with that.
It got ram raided, and they nicked all the money and the cash machine, right? And they didn't replace it. So now, if you want cash, you have to go to the post office, which is only open between 9 and 5.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Just on the outskirts, there's a 24-hour Tesco that's got an ATM. So you could still go there if you wanted as well.
Yeah,
But
well, You used to go to the bank to rob a bank, right? So that's no longer there. So now you have to fucking rob an ATM, and now the ATMs are going. So what are you going to rob next?
But you've got to be prepared.
it's-
You do have to be prepared. Anything could happen. Listen, it's funny because someone said to me today, Robert, you said that there's going to be power cuts, and I went, yeah, I know. And they said you were right again. I said that's why I bought my power bank, Pete. I mean, I've still got tins of food to last me a couple of weeks. I've got water. I've got oil. I try and keep my car topped up as much as I possibly can. If you think it's not going to happen here, then think on again, because it will. It will happen. It definitely will happen. So there we go. There hasn't
And they
been
come
enough-
with lockdowns, by the way. They come with lockdowns because the alarm systems go down and the police system, and they say they did that in Spain as well. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yes,
get
Cookie.
lockdowns.
Yeah. And talking of lockdowns, Pete, of lockdowns, I believe I had a story about something. Yes, I do. Yes. I've got this story. Look at this. Symptoms of bird flu. Everyone needs to know, as experts warn public to prepare for a pandemic now. So they're ramping it up again, Pete. They're ramping it up again.
There already they are already injecting the chicken here with a avian flu vaccine.
Yeah, avian flu H5N1 is spreading rapidly in the US, affecting nearly 1,000 dairy cows herds and causing over 70 human cases, including one death. Experts warn of a potential pandemic, citing the virus increasing spread among mammals and mutations. The virus transmission to humans occurs mainly through contact with infected birds or inhalation. Symptoms range from mild cough, sore throat to severe pneumonia, high fever requiring hospitalization. Pete, that could be anything. That could be, symptoms from taking the Britney Spears, couldn't it?
Sure.
Easily. So laboratory testing is necessary for accurate diagnosis, ideally within the first few days of illness. The US poultry industry is at significantly high risk, demanding urgent intervention to prevent further spread. Increased public education on bird flu risks is also crucial. A virologist highlighted the virus's efforts to become pandemic, emphasizing the increasing opportunities for transmission. Whilst current public health risk is low, the potential for a pandemic remains if the virus evolves to spread more efficiently among humans. proper cooking. Oh, let me. Hang on, I missed that one. Let me go back to it. Proper cooking poultry kills the virus. Human infections mostly happen through contact with eyes, nose, or mouth, or via inhalation. Yeah, they're just trying to prep us again for another one. I mean, if it isn't the lights going out, Pete, it's bird flu.
Yeah, look, I saw a Dutch farmer, and he said, like, no, you should shut down if there's bird flu on the farm, right? The farmer picks it up. They should shut down the farm, and he says within 3 days it goes through the flock, right, through all of them, and the weak ones will die. So he has to pick out the weak ones. But after that, he gets a much stronger flock because they get natural immunity.
Yeah. But
right?
you know how
so the chicken that survive are a stronger chicken.
They test them with the same tests that we had before, Pete.
Yeah, they are doing the same trick as with the corona.
Yeah,
but
it's exactly the same test. So
yeah.
the amount of false negatives that they're going to, false positives they're going to get is again, they can just ramp it up to whatever they want to ramp it up to.
In the beginning, the farmers agreed because it was a good way to ramp up the egg prices.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that too is like not really valid anymore when the egg prices are already like sky high. It's beyond reasonable.
I mean,
right? So they're not gonna go. They're not getting any more out of that one.
Yeah, I personally buy organic eggs, and I'm paying about 42p an egg, something like that.
Yeah, here they have been scaring the hobby farmers. Like, if you have a couple of chicken in your fucking garden, to not eat those eggs because they might contain PFAS. PFAS, that's a plastic contaminant.
Oh, right.
Nobody's saying where it comes from.
PFAs.
PFA,
Yeah, PFAs, yeah.
So nobody's clearing up where they come from or whatever. But and the hilarity is there's a cow grazing right next door.
Yeah.
And we can eat it and drink the milk, and that's all fine. So there's a war going on chicken and owning chicken and having your own stock. That's what it's more about. And these chicken farmers are getting forced now to inject those chicken with the vaccine. Because there too, there's being sold just like Corona. This is the solution. Now you can keep your stock. Everything is fine. But we'll see what the side effects are because we'll see how many chicken will die of the chicken vaccine.
Yeah.
Right, and if it comes into eggs, because that's the biggest issue I have. Because if you cook an egg, most people eat it pretty raw. Right?
No, I don't know.
Well,
Pete.
a lot of people do.
Pete, you know what? Right,
I don't know how much vaccine's still in there. Then,
Pete, they want you in fear anyway, mate. They just want you in fear. They want you in fear.
They're poisoning our food supply.
They've been poisoning our food supply for a long time.
I know, but another one, you know how bad the vaccine is, and now it's an mRNA vaccine, so it's the same shit that they're now injecting that in chicken.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we still have chicken in 2-3 years, or if they're all going extinct, or they turn into dinosaurs again. Who knows? That would be funny. I could see that happen, actually.
Well, what sort of dinosaur would you want coming back, Pete? There's a question for you. Eh? Would you want a mutant?
I would not. Yeah, it's a dinosaur. There you go.
Spanish is a bit of a dinosaur.
Yeah, exactly. Oi, oi.
Oh, dear. Yeah. Where are we?
MDMA, anyway? That would be good.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Don't forget to smash that like button or click the button if you want. You don't have to smash it. You might damage your computer. And thank you to everyone who watches the replays like Claire does. Thank you very much for everyone who watches the replays. It's much appreciated. And I've just had a top message from Pat. in Ireland, our Irish correspondent, he's just said, hang on, it's just coming up. The message is just coming up because my phone's getting so slow these days. He says, good evening, you pair of cunts. And hi to all, plus a big hi to Spanish, the COA, whatever that means.
Oh, thank you,
well,
little wanker.
Pat. Good evening, Pat. Thanks for joining us tonight, Pat. I know you're here. And good evening, Alice Gorgeous. Alice Gorgeous. Hello, Alice Gorgeous. Thank you for joining us. It's nice. Should we have a bit of a tune, Pete? It's already 2035.
Go for it.
I've got a tune, right, from a band that's dismembered now. That's
No,
good.
his head is off.
Yeah, they're no longer a band. And
Arms, legs.
They were really, really good. They were a really good band, right? Okay. And I saw them, I think, twice in concert, actually. And they were one of these bands. I went, oh, I wish they hadn't fucking split up, man. And they're called The Stories. And I would say that they were like the Welsh version of the Eagles, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Let me know what you think of the Welsh version of the Eagles. They even played Children in Need. And here
Are they called the Dits?
They're called The Stories.
Her hair down long and it's tangled in 1,000 knots. She's holding me in so many ways. Her beauty pulls me off my feet and caught upon her desert breeze. My world's a mirage for the love she shows me. Gotta try my best to break her spell before I burn in my own hell. And I find myself waiting to sail that wave again. And as I'm falling deeper in, that's where obsession starts to reign. And it scares me to know what I might find there. Try to fake the perfect smile, but there's a splinter in my side. My heart has been beating since I was stranded. I was stranded. As I watch that perfect dream get ruined by my inner fears, I'm waking up knowing, well, that my love will begin again. Tell myself I must be strong and waste my time thinking I was wrong. Don't know where I am. Yeah, she begins, yeah. I'm starting to see. Soon lets her hair down long and it's tangled in 1,000 knots. She's holding me in, oh, in so many ways. Yeah. Gotta try my best to break her spell before I burn in my own hell. And I find myself waiting to see that wave again. And I tell myself I must be strong and waste my time thinking I was wrong. Don't know where I am. Oh, and she begins the fever in me.
Yeah.
Did you like that? Did you like the stories, Pete?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's not something I will buy or listen to. No, but it's all right.
No, I liked them. Their album was great.
It's all right.
Their first album was fantastic. But then
I won't be a cunt. It's all right.
why break a habit of a lifetime? Pete?
I'm in a good mood.
That makes a change.
Yeah, I know. That's why,
I think, Pete, it could be time for our new slot. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go for
it.
Yep.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Today's news headlines with Healthfreedom UK.
Pete is obsessed with farts at the end of everything. I swear he is.
That's my signature.
Pete is really 50, but he's about 6.
12. Yeah. Oh,
No,
6?
6. Or
Oh.
66.
No, that's you.
So here's a new thing for you. We're just trying out. Let us know what you think. Here's today's headlines. Yes. Here we go. Here we're going to read through some of today's headlines. So here's some of today's headlines for you. So here's the Times, and the Times focuses on the milkshake tax looms in broader sugar levy. So the Times announcing Labour's plan to expand the levy on certain sugary goods, including San Pellegrino and Ribena soft drinks. The move goes further than expected in the bid to tackle obesity, but the UK Prime Minister Sir Starmer, faces claims it breaches a promise not to raise taxes for working class people. And moving on to the Sun, we have a picture of Danny and Kylie there. Yes, Danny, I was never as slim as Kylie. And we all needed to know that. And of course, they've got to, being the Sun, they've got to say Spain and Portugal blackouts, no beer in Benidorm. That's the most important thing they need to tell us about, highlighting the power cut effect on tills and taps, leaving British holiday makers high and dry. The tabloid also writes of an internal review at the BBC that admits Star's abuse, in which it says chiefs failed to tackle unacceptable behaviour of a handful of staff. You don't say, Mr. Hugh Edwards. And moving on to the Metro, pain as Spain mainly off the mains. Do you like what they did with that one? Do you like what they did with that one? Oh dear. Pain as Spain mainly off the pains. Riffs Metro in a take on the cuts, calling back into line the musical from My Fair Lady. The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. The long line of travellers stranded as Madrid's Atocha rail station after the power cuts are pictured on the front page. There we go. Look, there they are. They're all apparently some people were stuck in lifts, Pete, for 3 hours, and they had to drill holes in the walls to get them out.
Yeah, and trains stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, the I paper, Spain and Portugal thrown into chaos after rare weather event leads to mass blackouts. Yes, the I paper also headlines the chaos of Spain and Portugal's rare weather event leading to mass blackouts, whilst the grid operator says the cuts were due to an atmospheric phenomenon.
There you go. That's what the Dutch media said as well.
Yeah, Spain's Prime Minister says the cause is still being investigated. It writes everywhere. Reform UK Nigel Farage is open to a Conservative pact on tough terms, and the I asks if cancel culture has been cancelled. So you've got Farage now making a pact with the Conservatives. Hang on, haven't we seen this before, Pete? Didn't this happen before? Yeah, I think it did. The Financial Times, there we go. Look, train halts and traffic snarls as huge power cuts. It's the same old story there as well. China's economy planners say they can live without US farm goods and energy. And the Daily Telegraph, they've got the lovely Meghan there. Net zero blamed for blackout chaos. That might be the truest headline from the Daily Telegraph, Pete. What do you reckon? that might be net zero
Could
blame
be.
for it. Yeah. So net
Well,
zero.
look, even if it's the atmospheric phenomenon,
Yeah.
it's affecting that shitty system because no atmospheric phenomenon has ever affected, the previous system like this. Like, yeah, except there's a fucking solar flare, but that didn't happen. So no.
So net
So,
zero
no.
to blame for blackout chaos. Starmer and EU to sign anti-Trump pact in relationship reset. What the fuck is an anti-Trump pact? The paper also reports
Canada as
like
well,
the
right?
Guardian, the Telegraph also features a story of sex criminals banned from asylum in the UK. A large picture of the Duchess of Sussex. I'll move on. Spain declares the Guardian. Spain declares state of emergency and blackout. It's a lot of it is blackouts, isn't it? Let's be honest with you.
Yeah, state of emergency means you have to stay inside, blah, 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 and do all that shit.
And of course, the Daily Snail, Labour facing summer of discontent. Nurses, teachers, and council staff issue strike threats as Tories say Reeves is soft on unions. And I think, we've got the Express there. There we go. I will not let Labour destroy rural way of life. Says, yes, Kemi has vowed the hated
Too late
tax and stop Labour destroying the rural way of life. There we go. And there we go. Culture of the under. Oh, there he is, Hugh, who I was just talking about. Warning to stars who abuse power. All too little, too late, in my opinion. There we go. So let's stop sharing that. And there we go. That's the headlines of the week. I hope you enjoyed it. And let's see Pete's marvellous work again.
Extra, read all about it. Today's news headlines with Healthfreedom UK.
You are obsessed.
Yeah, it makes you laugh, so it works.
You really, it does make me laugh.
I do it for you, Rob. I really do it for you.
I am very childish.
I know.
Let's see what people. Yes, Jimmy. I would say yes. I would agree. Net zero is the closest headline to the truth. At least one of them got it right, Jim.
Well, it saves a lot of energy in Spain.
Blame the chickens. Sure. Blame Spanish chicken is all I'd say.
Oi, oi.
If there is a digital currency, how will the residents of the UK be able to convert their currency to an EU currency? It's all currency, isn't it, Pete? It's all electricity, currency.
Current.
It's a current. It's a currency. Yeah.
So reliable.
Yeah. Are you enjoying the hot weather, Pete? Have you got the hot weather? We've got the hot weather.
We got the hot weather here. It's getting even hotter.
Yeah, I believe Thursday's going to be our hottest day. We've got 26 here.
Yeah, same here.
I'm having to go down to the allotment every day at the moment and water my little plants every day.
I'm in the garden as well. Yeah.
Are you?
Trimming the weeds. Yes.
Trimming the weeds. And of course the chemtrails were out in force today.
Yeah, too. Yeah,
all over the country. They knew that it was getting too hot for us, so they needed to start spraying us. Maybe they need a bit of a
because it's going to be fucking 12 again on Monday, right?
Yeah, it's going right back down again, isn't it?
Hey, I wonder why.
We've probably got snow next week. And talking of spreading things, here's something called Operation Scatter. This video is a little bit old, but please ignore the woman's chest that she's talking. All right, Pete. I don't want you to and you, Titty Ricky, just ignore this. Okay? Ignore it.
Love it. What's happening is all contained in London and Birmingham and the big cities. So these migrant hotels are very inconspicuous. You know, I see them around, lots of migrants hanging around outside hotels. It's much more obvious if it's in a small rural village or a small town. And now I'm glad about this. It's spilling over. It's not contained in the cities. There's so many migrant men now that it's literally spilling over into towns and into the rural areas.
Yeah.
And now suddenly all these people who used to like to vote Lib Dem and all this, and, oh, I love immigration because they're not anywhere near it, are freaking out now. Fabulous. Let's get on with Operation Scatter. Let's do it.
So yeah, that was a that was a clip from back in Christmas about, and I'd not heard of Operation Scatter, Pete, but our Operation Scatter. So let's have a look at this. Operation Scatter.
Hang on. Roberto's birthday is tomorrow, so I have to say that.
Oh, okay. Wow. Give him a round of applause for his birthday tomorrow, Pete.
No, I'll do that tomorrow.
Everyone's saying virtually. Oh yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, you can do it tomorrow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah. So Operation Scatter, mass migrant dumping across England. The locations are exposed. Serco. And the government are quietly moving illegal migrants into 132 sites across England. Town by town, village by village, no vote, no consent. They call it Operation Scatter, a deliberate plan to overwhelm communities and erase national identity. Paid for by you, the British taxpayer. This isn't immigration. It's a silent invasion. And I'm pleased to report, though, Pete, that Bedford isn't on that list, but I'm sure it will be coming to a town near me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just going on, isn't it? It's not. We're not going to stop it, but at least more and more people are becoming aware of it. And I think that we need to educate more and more people of this sort of thing that's happening. I mean, it's happening all over the your country as well, isn't it, Pete?
Oh yeah. Same issues, and
yeah,
the media is not reporting it, but the locals are not happy. So there's quite a bit of resistance.
Yeah,
right. We didn't have an outburst yet, like you had in the UK, which was a bit of a setup. Right.
Yeah.
Far right.
Far right
talks.
Far right thugs.
Far right talk.
And talking of far right thugs, let's do another story. Hang on, where's my media assets? I know I had another story here that I wanted to share. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's about employment. This goes back to, again, like young people. So they're trying to encourage young people to get to work and everything. But even people with master's degrees, Pete, are struggling to get a job.
Smoking weed all the time, spending time just doing drugs, trying to escape.
Niall's been unemployed since finishing his GCSEs, and as a young person isn't in work, education or training. So in the UK government's data, he's known as a NEET, and is one of almost 1 million NEETs as well. That's the highest number in 11 years. So you're only counted in this data if you're between the ages of 16 and 24. But some people we spoke to are dropping out of school before then.
2.5 years.
So you haven't been to school for 2.5?
Nah.
So what do you do?
If I'm awake early, just go on like YouTube or something.
Soon Alfie will be starting a new school, but Jasmine has applied for hundreds of jobs since graduating uni.
You're told in school, do your GCSEs, do your A-levels, and if you go to uni and get a degree, then that's how you're going to get a good high-paying job. That's not even true. Like, even still to this day, I'm applying for jobs and not getting nowhere.
The government says every young person will be given the chance to earn or learn in its new Youth Guarantee initiative, and that it's determined that no young person gets left behind. And now Niall wants to make sure other people aren't struggling.
I realised that, I want to do, youth work, so helping, younger people.
Yeah, so this is the
Why
story.
do they all have a speech impairment?
Yeah, well, there's some strong accents there, Pete.
Fucking hell.
There were
Fucking hell, man.
There were some strong accents there. There were some strong accents,
Maybe that's part of it.
The young people in the UK are facing unprecedented difficulties in securing employment, with even graduates struggling to find work in sectors like supermarkets. Graduates are struggling to find a job in a supermarket, right? But then again, it depends, I suppose, on what you've graduated in, doesn't it, really? The government prioritises youth employment, yet job vacancies are at a 4-year low. Rising employer costs, upcoming changes to workers' rights are contributing to reduce hiring. A graduate called Fasia with multiple degrees has applied for around 2,000 jobs without success, highlighting the intense competition. Many young people share similar experiences of unemployment, expressing frustration over lack of opportunities. The British Retail Consortium warns that the new Employment Rights Bill could hinder hiring, particularly for part-time positions. The survey shows that many retail HR directors anticipate staff reductions due to the bill's impact on flexibility, whilst the government points to its Youth Guarantee initiative. The challenges faced by young job seekers remain significant. Plus, you've also, Pete, got the rise in national insurance contribution that employees now have to take on board as well. I mean, so in 1 minute, what they're going to do as well is they're going to take it away from you if you go unemployed and you've got savings over £6,000. They're making it more difficult for middle class companies or any sort of company to employ people because it's becoming more and more expensive. I mean, it's just becoming a joke. I reckon
okay. Can I say something? Because what I think is the problem is the education. Because I bet you a fucking dollar that she wouldn't be able to fucking, just like those American kids, like, say where the state of fucking Florida is on a map or something like that. Right?
What was the Queen of England queen of?
Yeah. Where's the Wall of China?
Where's the Great Wall of China? Japan?
Yeah. What's a country? She said that, right? What's a country?
Yeah, I know she did.
It's that too. Like, what are you hiring? With a fucking uni graduate, that's fucking meaningless.
I mean, it does depend,
especially now in the woke times, and the black people first times.
Well,
Yeah.
also
they're not looking at skill; they're looking at color.
I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense. You've got all the migrants coming in, which is obviously going to put more and more pressure on getting jobs as well, because eventually those migrants will be needing
they are low paid today. They already have.
They'll be doing all the low paid jobs.
They already flood the low paid market.
Yeah, they'll be doing all the low paid jobs. Absolutely right.
Except plumbing.
Yeah. Spanish, you'll be all right, mate.
Yeah. That's exclusive.
No plumbers needed.
It's too complicated.
Cookie says they got a.
The migrants would just steal all the copper pipes, mate. That's the problem.
Yes, Cookie, you're right. No whites, no English, no chance, says Alice.
Yeah.
I was working as a baker in a supermarket thanks to a joke Krishna said to me. God bless him. And
and I would say the same for the English if they don't speak proper English, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Because some of them really sound like a Bangladeshi fucking salesman or whatever. I don't know, that street talk, that doesn't work, right? So yeah, if you want to have a job.
Yeah, it's like United Nations at school by me. Says,
become a plumber. If you want to have a job, become a plumber. Fuck's sake. Learn something, actually.
Yeah. Serco is the biggest corporation most people have never heard of. Yeah, I would agree with you, mate. And Serco also, Cookie, run the PIP assessment centres.
Oh,
Serco.
cool. Well.
Yeah. So they've got that contract as well. And they've also been caught. They were caught out putting out adverts that said that they're looking for more properties to fill migrants with, and they've since.
Oh that's a whole scandal right now,
haven't they?
That's a whole thing now in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Similar in Germany, I think they're doing. Yeah.
Anyway, listen, don't forget, Pete, to hit the like button.
I have.
The thumbs up. Follow the show. If you're not a subscriber, follow it. Please do so. Just a quick advert before we move over to Rumble. Yes, we're moving over to Rumble. The links are in the show notes. Just as more people have joined us, it's now gone
And
up
in the chat.
24 people. And is there more people in the chat as well? Yeah.
No, I just dropped the link in the chat.
Oh, right. You've just dropped the link in the chat. Thank you very much. Yeah. So come and join us. Follow us over onto Rumble because, oh, pussy. What are you doing? Hello.
Oh, pussy.
The cat's.
Hello.
The cat. BAP. Yeah, we're off to Rumble. Thank you very much to all the people that follow the show on YouTube. Much appreciated. I will be back with another piece of mastery with my crap producer next week. So come and follow us. Let me hit the. Let me get rid of YouTube here. Let me edit it. Edit.
Goodbye.
So, hang on. Wait. Hang on. No, did it the wrong one. Hang on. Let me.
Thanks, Alice. Good night.
Is Alice going? Is she?
I think so. Maybe we'll see her on Rumble as well. I don't know.
Hang on, let me.
But she'll have to jump over. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll remove YouTube. Here we go. Thank you very much, YouTube, all YouTubers, and we'll see you soon. All right, and don't forget, they may come as good as you, but they don't come any better. YouTube, but not really.